Hello, greetings, my friends. This is Gilles. I wanted to wish you a blessed day today. For today, in the French systems, there is every day there is a saint that is been celebrated, and today is the Mother Mary, and tomorrow is the Christ King. So they're very special days. And so I wanted to discuss a few ideas about this ascension principle. First is that there is a brilliant future ahead of us, but right now we are surrounded by those black and gray walls that are always shifting and preventing and trying to contain. And so we are like all in the dark, working in the dark, but we're connected energetically. And the wall will fall. They're trying to put another brick in the wall, but they will not sustain. Those walls will not last forever. Very soon we're going to start to see the light behind the wall. There's this brilliant light. So I'm going to discuss a few ideas. I wanted to thank you for your likes, your comment, your sharing, your subscription, and for your donations if you can. Also, if you want a private session, do not hesitate to send me an email. I wanted to talk about the attained state of consciousness. For there's a lot of people that are mentally explaining things, but they haven't attained that state of consciousness. So sometimes they get it wrong, and so sometimes they're attacking certain truths, they're attacking certain things, and because their ego wants to dominate the situation. But an attained state of consciousness is attained. It's like this level that you can never go back downwards. It's integrated, rather than just being some mental process. However, to achieve a spiritual attained state of consciousness, you need to aspire to. It's through your faith, your intention to aspire to. You get information from a great book of wisdom, from a sacred text, from a teacher, from a message, from different source of wisdom, and then you aspire to that source, and then your spirit inside of you record your aspiration and then align you with that. Sometimes it takes a while to attain that, but you need to aspire to those state of consciousness. It is the way to move forward. It's an act of faith. For me, about 30 years ago, I realized the idea of God, the presence of infinity, and so I reached out to that, but it was at first, but my shoes of creator were way too big for me. It took a while for the shoes to adjust. And so about 10 years later, I started to be able to touch upon, to feel that state of infinity. Now I can sometimes there is beings from infinity that comes down. I'm like, yeah, please take me with you. I want to go there. But to my inner spirit, we have those inner guides that are called the I Am Presence. They have they actually supreme, ultimate, and absolute and infinite. They have this amazing potential. They've been going through a training, which I have no idea, of course, but before they were sent into the universe to indwell the human mind, the mortal mind, on Divinington and on Paradise, and so they are divine spirit. And we should feel so blessed that we have those spirits within us that can guide us through all the paths, all the way. And this spirit always has been telling me that I'm already infinite. I'm already reaching that amazing level of infinity. But for me, it is not an attained state of consciousness. Yet I know that I can go there, but I'm always returning to a level that is comfortable. And so we want to embody that which we aspire to. The higher we aspire, the more difficult it is. For a lot of people, the spiritual ascension path is too difficult. They're not even going to bother with it, but they will be given other opportunities. And so, but the state of infinity, so much can be channeled, canalized, and encapsulated within the physical body. This body has amazing potential, but then there is so many things that are beyond the ability, even God's ability to encapsulate infinity within any one form. So certain level will have to be experienced outside of beyond the physical, the form. But there is so much that can be already integrated. For the heart knows no lie. It is the mind that is creating all those illusions. And so what we want is to ask our energy to become our breath. For the breath, and our breath to become love and light. For everything happens within the inner breath and the outer breath and in between. And so it's all happening within the breath. So be more conscious of your breath, for we all have to work on that. And for the choice we make are very important, but they're not about the words that we speak. It's about the vibration, the feeling sense of life. this is really what is being recorded by our inner self. So we choose love, we choose fear, or we choose positive, neutral, or negative. Sometimes unconsciously, the best choice is to choose this, to be peaceful, and to be kind. For kindness is not a weakness. It might be shown in the world as something weak, but it is not. It is something. Goodness will stabilize our frequency, and to become the vibration of love as much as we can, as often as we can, and to focus on loving people, to let go a little bit of all the chaos and this, and to focus on loving people that will bring you a lot more energy rather than take energy from you. So yet we are all one. So what happens to one happens to all. For the Christ said, if you do whatever you do to the least of my people, it's like you're doing it to me. He knew this unity consciousness. He was an enlightened being, and then he expressed wisdom. And so because we know we are all one, we develop that compassion. Within compassion, it's pure. It's a pure state. There is no impurity when we feel that compassion for another. It does not mean to take on their drama or to take on their karma or to alleviate. But it's about still bringing help into to feel the need to bring help, because it is the natural. A natural impulse to assist the world. It's like so much we gain. The more compassion we'll have, the more lucidity will develop as well, and the courage will grow within us as well. For courage, lucidity, and compassion are really the three pillars of ascension, in some sense, in my own ascension path. The thing is also, it's important to not to care about what other people think. For their mind has been very is not really clear. Most people are not enlightened, and so do not care about what they think. For in this world, it's all about appearance, it's all about show, it's all about. But when you move into the ascension, care about how you feel, much more important than what other people think. And let go of any kind of opposition. Opposition do not serve us; they slow us down. And so it is it's to focus on you, to be your prime center of attention, to focus your love on bringing you into this state of love. Love yourself as you would want to be loved by others. For everybody is looking for love, and there is a great power that can that always around us. Those are the spirits of nature. We got to reconnect to those spirits of nature: the nymph, the elf, the sylphs, the dwarf. There is all kinds of the fairies, all kinds of wonderful spirits that are here. They do not really understand the nature of our suffering and why we've created all that, but they really want to assist and come back into our reality, to share in the joy of existence. And so they will be coming more and more. For right now, our life happens within a void, a great void, a sacred void. And right now, this void has been is all in chaos. It's like this great chaos within the realm of life that we call the physical life. But this chaos is like it's all breaking down, and this void will be filled with love and light. And it's like whenever it's the nature of light to fill what is empty and to empty what is full. So once all the negativity will be expurged, the great light will manifest itself. Do not doubt that for a second. For it is the soul, that the collective soul and our own individual soul, that is doing this transformation, that has the power in hands. It is not the spirit, it is the soul. And the soul is a very powerful force on the earth. It is the driving force. For the spirit will guide and oversees the process. It guides, it leads, it shows the way, but the soul is the power of transformation. So do connect to your soul. Ask that your higher self be known to you, your soul group be known to you, so that you can integrate those frequencies. For we've been programmed to react with our limited mind, our ego mind, to the world, and it just doesn't work. We want to react from the brilliance of the heart. For the heart is pure. The heart, deep inside the heart, there is this great divine light that shines. And so the ego mind it just needs to accept, to follow the heart. Eventually you will see its own interest in that. For now, it's still resisting, very much. Sometimes it's very much in resistance, but because the linear path of life is completely being shattered. All those linear, it's going to continue to break down, and we're going to move into quantum reality, into multi-dimensional reality. into this quantum field where all kinds of things will be opening to us for our consciousness to move through and to create and to enjoy. And so your heart is your true guide. It's the only guide. It is the GPS. It is the voice of the heart. As a spirit group, we've always followed that. We've never needed compass or maps or anything like that. The voice of the heart was plenty enough to always guide us. And this is really what my brother Lozario told me long ago, that when we came into this solar system, it is because the call from the heart took us here, brought us here to experience that reality. And so what we seek is to find ourselves, to know ourselves, to know thyself, nothing more. All of those beliefs of the ego are too much. They're excessive. They're hybris in Greek. And so to know thyself, for Apollon, he was the oracle of Apollon, our beloved friend Apollon. They're very busy up there. They're working, so they're not always available. But your guides are always available, and the archangels are always available. And so to know thyself, nothing more. So that's really what we seek, is to know thyself, to bring us into this frequency of love that is our true self, and to be a child as much as possible, to learn to return to this childlike innocence, so we can enter into the kingdom of heaven, the inner kingdom. This is really where the key is to have that innocence. And so I'm going to pull a few cards just to with the angels, see what the angels want to reflect to us today. For the highest wisdom is destiny. It was the outcome in the French reading, but it is destiny. It is the highest wisdom. To understand that destiny is brilliant. Destiny is the return to source, is the return to ourself. It is the fulfillment of all the highest potential that we have on this earth. What we need to understand is generosity. The more we give, the more we are able to receive. So do not hold back. Just give your light away. For we want to share the material as well, but the spiritual as well. We want to be generous, to not be in judgment of others. So it's understanding generosity. In order to be abundant, we need to be generous, and so it is the understanding that we need. What we need to do is doubt. It is okay to doubt. It is okay to doubt, but do not doubt too long. That doubt is a dead center. Eventually, we'll stop doubting and we'll start accepting, and then we'll find joy. We'll be joy. We'll act through joy, and the outcome will be rest. We're going to be able to regenerate. There is this regeneration process of all our cellular self or our physical body. But to be calm, to be relaxed, to enjoy yourself. So there'll be vacation and rest and meditation, and so take the time for yourself so you can rest. And for once you stop doubting, you will find this joy, and you will want to rest to enjoy the joy. And joy is the fuel of reality, of existence in the higher plane. People exist through joy. They have created this connection to source, that there is constant flow of love that is exchanged between their source and themselves. And we cannot ask to be served in the eternal process of the universe until we have achieved enough comfort in this worship and in this ability to exchange love with our Creator. But we'll achieve that. We'll be trained for that. We'll reconnect to this. For God is always in infinite love. It is for us to learn to receive that love and to reciprocate, and then to receive again, and then to reciprocate. It is a constant flow that will be opening between our heart and the sacred heart. Eventually the doors will open and the rivers will flow. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you, and you continue to cultivate this river of love, this river of light that can traverse your heart and flows in your life. I wanted to talk about December 21st, 2020, for we're going to be moving into this great shift of energy. For the Schumann pulse is the aura of the earth, and it is increasing in love and light each and every day. But like on 2012, in the solstice of 2012, there was a great energetic change on the world of cause. But a lot of people were expecting to be in heaven the next day, but they were not ready. If we were transported to paradise right now, it would be as if we couldn't see anything, we wouldn't hear anything, we wouldn't feel anything. We have to be prepared step by step to increase our sensitivity to the saddle planes, for us to access to that. So we were not ready in 2012. We were given an extension, but there's going to be a great activation, a quantum shift that's going to be happening in the Schumann resonance will be magnified, and all the forces of the universe are right now assisting in this process. They have their eyes on that. So many advanced civilization wants to assist the process of the planet here, of our beloved Gaia. And so the Schumann resonance will be greatly enhanced. So we're going to feel a great peak of love and light. And so by this time, for the 12 sacred days of Christmas, between Christmas and January 6th, there's those 12 sacred days. And then between the solstice, no, well, the solstice is like right before, but we're gonna feel this peak for like a few days, and then it's gonna plunge. It's like, do not expect, when you feel this exaltation, you can maintain the frequency within yourself, but on the collective level, it's gonna plunge. Afterwards, you gotta be prepared for that, and then it's gonna take about a number of years for it to be stabilized. It's gonna reach a stabilization on a higher level of emotional reality, emotional frequency. But it's like being a child. It's like you're going to be newborn, and then the first when you have the first 10 years in the child's life are very exciting, very creative. We're going to recreate this reality. It's going to be very, very exciting. We have to prepare for this great awakening, this great our own awakening, this great light that we're going to be able to be with and be within, and to create within that. So prepare for the world will continue to do its thing, but for you it's to be aligned with your highest potential in that sense, and to be prepared, and to continue to love yourself, to love your world, to love your reality, your creation, to address whatever needs to be addressed, to balance out whatever needs to be balanced out, but to trust and let go as much as possible, to allow your God self, your higher self, your soul, and your collective your teams of guides and your monad to bring you into the energies that you need to, and then to unfold the plans of your creator for you and for the world. So I'm gonna sing a song and then pull one more card. This is a love song. I'm feeling like there's this all kinds of new it's somebody that's like longing to return to this love, to be it's called the Unchained Melody. It goes like this. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hunger for your touch a long, lonely time. And time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, in the open arms of the sea. Lonely rivers cry, wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me. Oh, my love, my darling, I've hunger for your touch a long, lonely time. And time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. God speed your love to me. That's a beautiful song. It's classic. We're sing a lot of songs that are kind of classical. And the card of the day is the Treasure Island. is a treasure island. There's all those treasures that we're going to be able to harvest, we're going to be able to collect, we're going to be able to protect, we're going to be able to share. And so it is coming to us. It is like, but it's coming to us on the back of a turtle. So we got to be patient sometimes, and whenever we're ready to receive something, it manifests. And so just trust that, know that, be patient, enjoy the process as much as possible, the journey. Know that there is this great light at the end of the process, and we'll be celebrating, I'll be coming home, wait for me. But God is patient, is waiting for us. Our guides are there, all kinds of soul connections are waiting for us in this ascension process. Thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.